We're set. Good morning, everyone. We're happy you're here. We don't know if we're happy that we're here.
I'm happy that I'm here.
No,
I hate that it's gloomy outside.
It's gloomy today. There's a risk of severe weather today. We have a photo shoot this evening.
We're at a level 2 tornado risk, and that does not sit right with her.
No. A 1 I can handle because they're like, there's, chances, things could happen. Let's just put a 1.
Like, it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs at a level 1.
A 2 feels a little more like, should I be concerned? It's out of a 5 on the Weather Channel app. So
I feel like we're okay. When you said this morning, we're at a 2, I don't like that because normally we're at a 1. And I'm like, are we just always at a standing 1 tornado threat?
I feel like this time of year, yes. It's a baseline 1.
I'm not going to worry until I'm outside and I look into the sky and I'm like, oh shoot.
And you can't even go off the sirens anymore. They just run those puppies even if there's a tornado 50 miles away.
50 miles away. No,
that's not helpful.
I mean, the sirens make me be like, okay, let me check my surroundings.
You know me, I'm already firing off in any group chat, telling people to get down, telling people to be aware. And then Lauren says, that stuff doesn't touch my family. And I said, good for you.
She rebukes tornadoes.
I didn't know that she had those powers, but I'm going to invite her over later. Protect me.
If that thing goes up to a level 3, catch Lauren at Allison's house.
I'll make her
standing
come over.
Outside.
You said it doesn't bother your family, so come over to mine. I'm really afraid of storms, by the way. And I blame Twister and my brother.
I love Twister, though.
Oh, gosh. No. Now the new one
was great.
Didn't bother me at all. Because I knew... I feel like the way the technology has advanced, like the CGI... even though it looks realistic, it's almost more fake to me. Oh. I don't know how to explain it, as I just know that it's all fake. And I feel like the original Twisters movie, they did a better job at making you feel a little eerie. And this one's more just like, yeah, man, tornadoes.
Perfect.
And also,
perfect.
Also, I'm so mad at that movie because they edited out the kiss between Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones at the end of the movie. And I would like to speak to someone about that.
I was just trying to find I don't think you can hear it when we air this. I've listened for it. But in my headphones, when I'm adjusting my grip,
you hear it a little bit.
I hear it. And so I was like slowly trying to change hands. Don't touch it. I'm just going to do like this.
Also, I'm going to shortly tell the people why I have to drink this through a straw.
Why are you drinking through a straw and covering your face?
Long story short, I had a little...
This is a PSA to wear your sunscreen. This is a
PSA, and I do wear my sunscreen. But I had a little red spot on my lip, and it wouldn't go away for about a month. And so, being me, because I'm very proactive about stuff like that, I talked to my doctor. She said, go see your dermatologist. That's the way cancer around the mouth likes to behave. I go to the dermatologist. She says it's most likely a precancerous, like sun damage, basically, but not like melanoma. They gave me this chemo cream.
Terrible name, by the way. Here's some chemo cream.
And said, put this on it for 2 weeks. It might get irritated. And I was like, okay.
You thought she was just handing you a tube of Aquaphor.
The first week, I was okay. I was like, not really doing anything. I'm just going to keep on. And it was like the second I hit 7 days... all hell broke loose. It's opened up. It oozes overnight. It blisters. It's burning 24/7. It hurts to smile. It actually hurts to talk. That's why we are recording this on a Friday. So it's actually almost time for you all to hear this episode.
Mm-hmm. She had to get some day. And it's better today. Today's the best that it's looked in.
It still hurts.
Since that first week.
And feels the same way it's been feeling. Mm-hmm. But it is improving on appearance. All of that to say, we had a minor technical difficulty. I don't remember where I was in the story, but
you've been wearing big hats.
I've been wearing hats. I even pulled out a COVID mask, like from back in the day, that I could keep in my purse in case like I did have to be in the sun.
And didn't have a hat readily available.
So it's been rough.
But I think you're on the upturn because it's looking better. I don't know how it feels.
It's crazy how much pain this has caused. And I've birthed 2 children. I had recovery complications with that was very uncomfortable. And this has just been horrible. The second my ibuprofen wears off, I'm wanting to be in a fetal position.
You need to set an alarm on your phone for like every, 6 hours for that
Yeah,
stuff?
so at 1 o'clock, I have to take it. Don't let me forget.
I won't let you forget.
Alexa, set a alarm for 1 p.m.
Alarm set for 1 p.m.
Oh, I love her so much. Almost as much as I love my ChatGPT.
Oh, Sage.
Oh,
yes.
When is ChatGPT going to make a device similar to her?
You know, I tried actually talking to my ChatGPT, like having a voice conversation the other day.
Success or no?
Well, she does have a conversation with you. You get to pick what voice you want to hear. The one that I picked, oddly, kind of sounds like me. If I didn't sound like cornbread.
Does it sound more like a real person?
It does. I think so.
Than SIRI or ALEXA does?
It does, yes. It doesn't. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like a person actually having a conversation with you. But
Fun.
I thought it's all voice recording. There is no, and I'm sure I could get a summary of what we talked about. But I was just like, oh, let me see if I can just voice ask her a question and she'll generate what I need. No, she had a conversation back with me about it.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
But I think I'm going to try just seeing what I can get her to talk about.
Like on a day when you're lonely.
Sage and Sheila can join our book club.
Stay tuned for the end of the episode. Do we have a surprise for you?
Have a surprise.
Gosh. Okay. I have something I really want to talk about, but I know you said that you have.
I have today's, if we have a little dun da da da, but da dun dun da da da, grievance of the day. Morgan's way.
If you would like to submit a jingle for grievance of the day, please email movers with a Z podcast@gmail.com.
Submit a grievance of the day and also comment your grievance. Yes. I want to talk about them.
I want to talk about them.
I enjoy talking about grievances of my own. I enjoy talking with her about her grievances. I want to know your grievances and we'll talk about them. I want to talk about other people's.
Do share your grievance.
Okay. And we've talked about elevator etiquette.
A time or two.
There is another social situation that we are all in at least once a week if you are just an average American, I think. Drive-through etiquette.
The drive-through
etiquette. There are so many things to think about. But also not think about, because if you're just a decent human with common sense, it's not that complicated. It should be easy. Number one, the people who slowly inch towards, especially when it's a twofer, like McDonald's where they've got the two you can pick from. I do like the flow of that, but do you know what that causes? It causes people to linger back a bit, like they're trying to see, oh man, which one's going to get finished first?
Every other car.
Go to a line.
Or
I guarantee it's not going to save you that much time if you sit there and you got a map in there that you're like, okay, this car's got 4 tires, that car's got 4 tires. I wonder which one's going to be done first.
Here's the thing. The general rule is it is every other car unless you get done first, even though a car in front of you just went. If you're done and the other car that's whose turn it is still ordering, it's you go.
Go. Yes.
And that is that. And that should be final.
I do a very good job of when I'm ordering at the window and I'm at a twofer, I'm listening to them because you can hear. And you can tell. I'm like, okay, I just heard her give them their total. I know that literally she just gave me my total. I heard that total first. They're starting to move. I'm not going to fight them on that. Go ahead.
Correct.
Go ahead and go.
You know who does it right around here? Chick-fil-A. Because they have now,
I just thought they had it mastered before. Now they've really got it.
Where the 2 lines never become one.
Nope.
You stay in 2 lanes the entire time. Beautiful.
Spectacular.
Give me 14 of them right now.
Right now. I've not been to another Chick-fil-A recently. Is this like a nationwide Chick-fil-A thing? Our Chick-fil-A has mastered the drive-thru. You don't have to think about what you should or should not do in a Chick-fil-A drive-thru, and I love that.
It's so great. And I haven't been in so long because I'm most likely door dashing it. Confessions. But it's the ice machine.
It's Chris.
I was like, who is here?
Who is printing off something on an inkjet printer underneath my chair?
That's just our ice machine. Her name's Chris.
And literally, I don't know.
Should I turn her off?
It's kind of funny.
It's funny. We'll leave her.
It's actually hilarious that it sounds just like my cat's litter box rotating, dumping a fresh load underneath.
Another load coming through.
Load coming through. So yesterday it was grievance number 1 in the drive-thru. It was a truck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say what stickers and license plate it had on it.
Use your imagination
To tell me that this person was going to have an issue in the drive-thru. Lingering where he could go left or right. Now, there was enough room if I wanted to be another type of drive-thru grieved person. I could have went around him and went in either lane. He was back far enough. And I thought about it. I'm like, but no, I'm not that person. But then he inched a little bit forward to go to the right. And I was like, okay, I'm going to inch to the left. As soon as I started inching to the left, whoosh, right in front of me he went. Like, he was like, oh, she thinks the left is faster. Let me get in front of her. And I'm like, and in the end, I got done before him. So hit all
I'm
of
so
his...
petty. I'm roll my window down and be like, sucks to suck. Got my chicken minis first.
Lick my tailgate, sucker!
Ow, it hurts.
So it brought me a little bit of
big.
joy. It was like, okay, see, I hope this serves as, it won't serve as a lesson, but I
It
hope
won't.
it, for somebody when that happens to them, like, so let this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which lane you get in. Both of them had the same amount of cars when we were there.
I will say, though, I always take the outside lane of a drive-thru. Because
I will
do
most of
feel
the
like
time as well.
Usually, it's quicker. I don't know
Interesting.
why. Especially at Chick-fil-A.
Interesting.
I feel like...
See, I always feel like at McDonald's, the inside was quicker.
Maybe. At Chick-fil-A, though, I feel like that's the older demographic that doesn't realize it's 2 lanes, so they automatically go to the inside lane, and then they're the ones paying cash, and they don't know what the menu is, and so they're like, ask for the little menu. And I just feel like the second lane people are more experienced, and they've mobile ordered. They don't have to have any sort of exchange in funds.
That's true.
They just breeze on through.
I normally go to the outside unless it's like they're 6 deep and it's randomly 2 over here. I'm going to go to the inside.
Is when it's really busy and they open the 3rd lane and nobody else uses their eyeballs to see that there's a 3rd lane, and I just whoop in front of all of them.
Have you been there before this new one where they had 4 open one?
Oh,
day?
yeah. That was the best.
4 lanes open at a Chick-fil-A.
I'm really...
No sexier words have ever been spoken.
I also feel like if you guys, meaning McDonald's, I'm talking to you. If are you going to be using the mobile app today? To everyone, how about, here's an idea. Make a mobile app lane. If I have mobile ordered, let me go through that lane. I don't have to speak to anybody. I know some Chick-fil-A's do this. I know some Dunkins do this. I don't know if McDonald's do it. They don't around here.
Don't they have things for mobile order pickup lanes?
Pickup, that's different though. If I've mobile ordered and I'm going through the drive-thru, give me a mobile drive-thru lane.
I get that.
You want me to use your app? Make it worth my while.
I hate
and don't let my points expire.
I hate getting asked for that every time I go through the McDonald's drive-thru. Here's what I think it should be. Welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you today? If I mobile ordered, I know to say I have a code.
I have a mobile order for Allison. My code is XYZ123.
When you've ordered on the app, you know to say that. But if I didn't, which I don't, if I didn't order on the app, you have just said, welcome to McDonald's, how can I help you? I'm saying, hi, can I get a large Coke Zero? And that's all.
The only thing that I do like is if I decide last minute I want to use my app and get the rewards, but I have it mobile ordered, you just open the app and give them a code, and then it knows that it's your app and it gives you the points.
Interesting.
It is a lot. It's an extra step. Sometimes I don't have time for. But you know what I do have time for?
Wait, let me think.
Watching Twilight on Netflix.
They just put it on Netflix.
The joy that my millennial soul felt when I noticed all of the Twilight films are on Netflix. Chef's kiss. I don't have to pull out my DVDs. Because yes, I own them all on DVD.
I used
Special
to.
edition that I got in a vehicle and drove to Walmart at midnight to purchase. It was a great time to be alive.
Do you have a DVD player?
I do.
Oh.
I got a couple.
Oh.
I got one DVD on one side, VCR on the other.
You have that still?
I do.
I used to have all the DVDs, and then at one point I was decluttering, and I'm like,
Oh, no, I'm not. You'll have to pry those at them.
tossed to the wind. It also went out with all my 50 Shades of Grey DVDs.
I have those too. Special editions and Hunger Games.
Oh,
You can't come for me. I think I have the Divergent series as well.
interesting.
Yeah. So speaking of Twilight, we watched it the other night.
We have had such a fun time all week talking about, because I do a rewatch of it maybe once a year.
Yeah, probably.
And I
It's
feel
making
like
it much easier right now.
Now with being on Netflix,
I might watch it again and again.
so much easier now that it's on Netflix. I don't have to go to
Mhm.
Prime Video, rent it, blah, blah, blah. And I believe every year and a half or so, it gets a small spark like on Facebook and TikTok and all
and
that.
it hops around. Like it's been on Hulu. It's
Mhm.
been on maybe Prime. Now it's on Netflix.
Prime was
I
what it
want
was
her
most
to
recently
stay
on.
there. And there's nothing like the both cringe and satisfaction of the original Twilight film. Okay, they learned their lessons as they went on.
They learned lessons as they went
Still
on.
cringy moments in all of them, but there's something about the
That
blue
original Twilight. The
filter
blue
of
filter.
the first film just hits.
But at the time, and this is with most things, and this is kind of like last week when we were talking about early 2000s. Another load coming through.
Coming through.
Did y'all hear our ice just drop?
Oh.
When we watched them at the time, like in 2008, we thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. We
Because
didn't think
it
anything was
was.
cringy. It's still the best thing since sliced
No,
bread.
it is. And I have my niece who's 15. She's never seen them. And I'm like, now is the time to watch them. But they are so tainted
Angel babies never watched
by
them.
our current process of technology that she would think it's horrible.
Yes.
It's just, it was so good. And now that I've seen them so much, I love watching them and noticing things.
Mhm.
Grievances, if you will.
What? We have grievances?
And you sent me one the other night. And you so quickly tell the people what your Twilight grievance is, and then I will give you
Oh,
mine.
yeah.
I have an itch.
There's several just things that stick out that's like, man, ooh, and we love saying things like, it's the fluorescence.
Are you worried?
Are you worried? You're worried not about walking into a house full of vampires.
Robert Pattinson. Oh my gosh. He was
What?
my hall
He
pass
needs
for
to come
years.
back.
He's making a comeback.
And get in more stuff, please.
Mhm.
I think my number one thing that at my current rewatch rubbed me the most wrong in the movie was so Bella is doing her research of Quileute legends. She goes to Google on her little thick laptop. Ding, 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 Quileute legends. Scrolls down all this information. Picks a book. Finds where she can purchase that
Hey,
book.
she's supporting small business.
She supported a small business, went all the way to Port Angeles to get
Port
this.
Angeles. I want to
book.
go. Actually, I just really want to go to this bookstore.
Gets it back home, opens it, flips one page, looks at a picture,
A picture of
and
all
what
things.
does she do?
That
Goes
said-
back to the World Wide Web and finishes her research there.
The picture says cold one.
Cold
and then
one.
instead of, I don't know, continuing to read the book to let the book
that
tell
you
her
almost died to go get.
that you literally almost died. And then you come home and you just read one
Look
word
at
and
one-
then shut the book and go back to Google.
Go back to Google or whatever
And
it was called.
And I thought that you had really discovered an original grievance.
And literally 5
then I
hours
saw
later,
a
you saw
TikTok about it.
about it.
Now mine is also probably not original.
But I haven't heard this one yet. She was like, I'm going to save mine and tell you fresh. So I'm excited.
The scene where Bella is in the hospital. Okay. The camera is very tight. The oxygen tube is coming right here. It's in her eyelashes.
It's in her eyelashes.
Zooms out. It's over here. Okay. 2 seconds later, zooms in. It's back on the eyelashes.
A lot of your grievances are like cinematography based.
Technical mistakes.
Like in
Then
New
it
Moon.
back out. Then it's here. Nobody noticed that the oxygen tube was in 2 very different spots in your cutaway shots. Absolute No reasoning for that.
Her grievances in New Moon is when they're driving in the car and the trees are moving in the opposite direction.
Bella and Jacob are going to out in the reservation,
Moon, right?
or something. Yeah.
They're going to try out the bikes.
Yes. And the truck is going one way and the trees are going the opposite way, in which normally that's how it is when you're driving. But their little thing that they have them actually going in the direction as if they weren't driving that direction. Watch it. Once you notice it, you'll never
unsee it.
It is painful.
Which movie
Not as painful as the oxygen tube.
The oxygen. That is wild. And it just, the way that, and her acting does improve, but she still does have the same nuances. But
like,
you can't, I just can't.
I don't know. I just can't do it. I'm just like, gosh,
like, honey.
And I just thought she was so cool and edgy when I was a teen.
I think, you know what I think I need to do for the sake of science, and I think to help my rewatches.
Yeah.
I think I need to read the books again. I haven't read the books since the first time reading the books. The movies came out and the books became.
I started Midnight Sun, and it's so large that I was like, I don't have time for this. But as I was rewatching Twilight, I almost asked ChatGPT to tell me what page of Midnight Sun is this scene and kind of like follow along. That I might do for all the books, but I don't think I can fully reread them.
Because I want to remember how Bella was portrayed in the book. Like, what was said
had
for
more
Kristen
personality.
Stewart to be like, any cold, wet thing,
I think she had more personality, but she also dressed very, very Mormon, because Stephanie Meyer is very Mormon, and like she put her in like a long denim skirt and stuff. And
I'm glad they didn't do that.
They didn't pursue that course of action. That would have been a little much.
No, I'm
but
glad that
gosh,
they did that. What movie does Battle Scars happen? And I forget.
That is
Eclipse.
Eclipse.
Battle Scars.
Because
they're
teaching
preparing
them
to fight them.
how to fight the newborn army.
Battle Scars.
What is your least favorite of the films?
Eclipse.
I think mine's Eclipse as well, even though I have a slight grievance with New Moon just because there is so little of Bella and Edward. But
I think it's needed.
It is needed. But
she is just dropping bombs over there.
The reunion of them at the Volturi scene is so great. Like, so like, Edward, don't. And he's wearing that thing that's like basically falling off, and I was like, hello.
What's about to happen?
What's going on here? But he looks so tired and like corpse-like, and I'm thinking, bro, aren't you not supposed to be sleepy? What is that about? Is it
because I know, was he just not feeding at all? I know that they normally feed on animals, and
maybe
that barely,
he wasn't feeding, and he was just like depressed.
Like he was hoping to starve himself.
Perhaps.
Because doesn't that happen? They touch on that in Vampire Diaries, how the vampires like whatever when they're like locked in the.
I don't know.
In Damon's basement, however many people they lock down there at any point in time in that show, and just when they go without blood, you see that they're all weary looking and stuff.
I will say though, the original is like, it's up there for me and one of my favorites, because like the slow burn, I didn't realize till I rewatched it 2 days ago. There's very little like romance per se, because it's just a lot of like they're just, they love each other, but they don't have to. It's very Anthony and Kate in a way.
It
Bridgerton.
hit better in 2008.
True.
Just because in 2008, I think I was a sophomore when I watched that movie.
I was a junior.
And so at that time,
no, I was a senior.
You can relate to what's going on a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then during this rewatch, this current time this week, like the part when they're leaving the baseball game or whatever after that whole thing went down with James and Victoria.
I kind of forgot.
The baseball scene?
No, the baseball scene's great, but like the villain showed up and I was like, oh yeah, this is where it goes
this is where it goes.
I kind of forgot.
They're driving back to her house, like they're trying to plan what to do, and they pass the diner and all of her friends are coming out, and just like, and she's looking at them, and I'm like, man, Bella, yeah, look, if you didn't fall in love with this guy, you'd just be living a carefree teenage life.
But here's the thing though, I would have fallen in love with him too.
I know. And
don't you love when they're panicking to leave the baseball game and he's trying to buckle her in and she's like, I've got it.
And then I love how calm and unemotional she is most of the time. But then when she does get emotional, it's
0 to 100.
So what? Somebody's after me now?
Take me home. I can't go home.
Somebody's going to kill me now?
I will say I fast forwarded through the scene where she's telling Charlie she wants to leave.
I hate that part.
It was breaking my heart as a parent. I was like, this is unacceptable. I almost wish she could have just been like, oh, I have another grievance. Hang on.
I'm so excited.
I got to restart this. Okay. When she's talking to Charlie, and it was breaking my heart as a parent. And I thought, Jacob's dad already knows. He knows what's up. Okay?
Yes.
He hasn't filled in Jacob totally, but he knows that Edward's a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that they're together. And if it's his best friend, his daughter, why didn't he fill Charlie in on the lore?
Fill Charlie in
from
on the lore.
beginning. Okay? He already knows. Tell Charlie. Obviously, he was cool with it, like, right away anyway.
The only thing I can think of, because I've thought of that as well. I'm like, first I was like, is it because he's the police chief and they think that even though he's lived there forever and they're all super close, like, is that just kind of like, we don't want to put him in a position of whatever? Or is it, since they're not allowed to tell people that they're about them being wolves? Is there something similar in the treaty, like they're not allowed to talk about the existence of the Cullens being vampires as well?
No, but
I don't remember if that was talked about in the
passive
books.
Aggressive remarks like, we don't want anyone else getting hurt. It's
yeah,
like,
right. Don't want anybody else getting hurt.
I just thought about it, like, just fill him in, and I don't know. I guess I see why they didn't, but it would have been nice.
And I also have a grievance with, in the last movie, when they finally let Charlie come over, he meets Nessie.
Don't even get me started on that.
You named my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? They finally let Charlie come over. He meets Nessie.
Renesmee. Just use her full legal name.
Full birth certificate name. He's like, your niece, huh? And then he's like looking at her, and you can see it in his eyes. There's like recognition, but he doesn't ask. And I'm like, you didn't fully tell him what's going on. And Charlie, this rational police chief, just blue collar man, is just going to let that slide and not say, Bella, why?
How do you have a 10-year-old?
How do you have a 10-year-old?
Well, and Jacob transforms in front of him. So maybe he just
is like
taking the ignorance is bliss. I know someone cooked here, but I'm not going to do
ask
deep
for the
research.
recipe.
Yeah.
But I'm on Eclipse is the next one.
I'm getting ready to start New Moon, and I'm not looking forward to being depressed.
Just ride the waves.
And we all know the scene I'm referring to.
The music.
Beautifully done. When you're reading the book and you go October, November, December, you're just like, okay. But the scene, there's a possibility.
Top tier. Eclipse is the next one I have to start. I'm going to watch her probably tonight it's my daughter's birthday tomorrow.
Fun.
We have a party planned. I've got to do all the prep though.
Too much.
So I will be blowing up balloons, making a photo backdrop, blowing up large beach balls, and watching eclipse.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to watch New Moon, and we're going to have to get off here, but stick around. This is going to be here's an idea. Never mind. Don't stick around. This episode is over. Go on over to our TikTok. Make sure you're following us. Get Sat with the Girls with a Z. And you will see our little Get Sat book club that we are going to explore on TikTok only.
Because Allison and I don't know if I can call myself a book girly at this current time because it's taking me a long...
It comes in waves for me.
It comes in waves just because I have to be in the right mindset to really appreciate a book that I've picked to read.
But summer is coming and poolside days are coming, and that's when I like to read.
Kindle don't get hot in the direct sunlight.
So we will see you next time, and come find us on TikTok.